Leo, I love you, baby. So we're going to do this in a minute. If you want to skip 2.5, 3 minutes, go for it. This is a necessity. Yesterday, when I was going through the videos without any zodiac signs and copy and pasting what we put on there, they need to read tarot right. They need to put a zodiac sign on there, because if not, they're just blowing a bunch of hot air, and you don't want to receive energy that is not meant for you, okay? Stop clicking on them. Stop watching them. You will thank me later. While I was going through all that, I saw something very, 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 very disturbing. 9-year-old girl, 8 or 9-year-old girl reading tarot. She had the Emperor card. She was like, oh, look, there's somebody new coming in. No, my love, that is the Emperor. That is all 4 kings and the High Priest. She doesn't know what she's messing with, and whoever got her involved in tarot, I am burning you a little bit of sage and bergamot. I cried for 3 hours yesterday, just wailing. She's not even old enough to be baptized. I don't know if she's been christened or not. She's not even old enough to ministrate. You understand? That kind of shit is what we're cutting out. Today, if I had a car, I would have searched to see where she was to try to go talk to her parents or whoever got her involved in tarot. Tarot is not a game that you want to play with. You're messing with energy. This world is built on energy. So if you're her parent and I'm talking about you, I'm not going to mention her name or anything here. You know who the fuck you are. I blocked her so I don't have to look at it anymore. It almost broke me. Please, at least 18 or older. At least be baptized or something. You don't know what you can bring into yourself. That being said, our candle, look at it. So I wanted to show you this. I couldn't reach it. It went out again. I couldn't reach it. So I took a hammer. I busted the top off, okay? Look what we have down here. We have a face. Look, we have a face. Any way you turn it, look, that's a heart. Any way you turn it, there's a face. Look at that. It's smiling. Winking. You see that shit? See the ears it's got? Oh, excuse me. And then if you turn it this way, there's one part you can turn it and it looks like steam's coming out their brain. But anyway, we're going to light this candle. It will burn. Maybe. We're going to make it burn. We're going to burn it until there's nothing left. And put it right in this bowl and let it go. Okay? Alright. And this is for the fake tarot readers. This is for whatever has been put on our channel. We're throwing it back times 10, times 10, times 10. We are no longer... Anyway, that being said, let's get started, Leo. By the way, this candle right here is for all the tarot readers. We are copied and paste with 7 to 10 business days. You're going to see your fake ass tarot readers done. We're done with the bad energy. We're in the new world. So get in the new world or go back to the old world and stay there. That being said, Leo, this reading's for you, my love. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. The guy, Angry Reactions. I've been following him for about a month now. And I was loving every post he said. Because I like the motivation he gives to people. Amazing. Yesterday, while I was scrolling through, I'm hardly ever on the social media and everything other than our pages. I saw him partner with Taylor Swift. I literally put on there, she's a devil worshiper, do not accept the money. And it looks like he accepted the deal because he's making a commercial for chips. I don't know if it's too late for him to come out, but whoever's around this guy, send him some good energy where his higher self can tell him no. I love you guys. Leo. Do not watch this channel with earbuds. You will not like me. I love you so much. Love you so, so much. And thank you for everything you do for us here on this channel. I'm so humbled by your comments. Let's see, Leo. Holy angels, Holy spirits, to the divine above, Angels and ancestor gods. What can Leo know? Thank you. So your reading is going to start out with the 10 swords. Feeling defeated, depleted, stabbed in the back, lied to, betrayed. The Emperor. And I'm going to say it. That little girl pulling an Emperor card, she put a lot of negative energy on the masculine without knowing it. He's not a new person. Just saying. It's energy. Challenge, Leo. And if you're not reading for one sign, you're putting it on all masculines. Challenge is Strength card in reverse. And the 6 of Wands. Whatever masculine watch that, it brought them down a notch. Foundation. The Hermit. 6 Cups. Past. Ace of Swords. The Lovers. Top of the spread. Star. Spiritual truth. Hope, faith, balance, renewal of emotional healing. Spiritual baptism. 10 Pentacles. Enriched. An enriched spiritual baptism. 10 times fold. Yes. What's coming in? 3 Pentacles. There's an acknowledgement. Queen of Swords. Indeed. Beautiful. Your internal energy. Leo, you're looked at someone is not to be fucked with right now. You're looked at someone. You don't have to write things down. You use your mind as a computer. 7 Swords, 9 of Swords. That's a discrepancy of an argument. Blocking 10 Cups. What's in the blockage? Judgment. There you go. Making that final and firm decision, baby. 2 Wands. On the path of interest you want to take. I will fix the table, no problem. External in this reading. Look, you have the 4 of Wands and the Devil. You're going to see how much watching people's readings affect your energy. I haven't done it for 5 years, 4 years. Yesterday was the first time. What's going to be the advice here? And by the way, I drank a little grape wine with Jesus last night. What's going to be the advice here is the King of Pentacles in reverse and the King of Swords in the upright. Woo! The King will ascend. Potential outcome. You have the Death card, Scorpio energy, that deep emotional immense transformation. Temperance, peacefully. A peaceful transition. Wow. Amazing. So Leo. Okay, I didn't want to pull any on it, but I'm gonna use this bundle. In that little girl's reading, what did the Emperor card actually represent? What did the Emperor actually represent? That 10 Cups. High Priestess. Emotionally complete, intuitively. Yeah, not a new person. There's the Hangman, a different perspective of a soulmate. No support in soulmates. Whatever it was, it didn't support the soulmate connection. Past life connection. All right, that's cleared up. Let's use this same bundle. So where your reading's going to start, you have the 10 swords. Feeling defeated, depleted, stabbed in the back, lied to, and betrayed. You just feel betrayed. This is a crisis. If you don't know exactly what the 10 swords is, yes, it's 10 swords that starts from your brain. It goes down to your spine, to the back from your back of your neck to your spine. There's one in your a-hole, and it goes all the way down to your groin. Hurts. And this is the Emperor. So this is an Emperor at a dead end, tired, undermined, disrespected. Guess what? It's going to do nothing but give him some new energy. A new perspective on how to reflect. Hermit. So you do know the Hermit carries the star. The Hermit carries the star, which is hope, faith, balance, renewal in the emotional realm through spirituality. Seeing it for what it is. But first, got to go into a little bit of seclusion. Mind, body, and soul searching. Shadow work. New energy through shadow work. Masculine. Alright, so where's our divine feminine? Where is our Leo, divine feminine, and the 10 swords and the Emperor right here? This masculine is structuring. And you know, when you pull those swords out, you think about yourself being stabbed in the lung. You cannot pull that knife out, you will bleed to death. Literally. You got to be on an operating table for them to cut you open to be ready to close that up, if they don't just go in there and cut the whole lung off. Okay? That being said, oh gosh. Feminine, 4 of Cups, King of Cups. She wants the offer when his emotions is in control. She wants the offer when he loves himself. What is she in the 4 of Cups? What's it represent? Got the Queen of Wands. Her. Wow. It's Aries and Scorpio energy. Look. Until then, she's hidden. She's going to stay behind the scenes. Independent. Argument. And argue with herself. Chastisements, she said. Chastisements. Wow. We're going to leave these on the table. And see the moon. That's a feminine energy. She's minding her own damn business. And she's going to ignore him until he starts loving himself. She could be telling him, you can argue to yourself about it. Yeah. Until you initiate the interest of spiritual enlightenment. He's got to light his own candle. He's got to learn how to manifest on his own. He's got to learn how to bring good energy in, the Ace of Wands, on his own. And honey, he's in hermit mode, Virgo energy. You're talking about reflection. He's not only reflection, he's color coding. He's probably even folding his clothes. He's probably cut his toenails. Probably got his hair did. Brushed his teeth. Let's ask. Whatever we're allowed to know without getting any trouble, it'll come out here. I don't overstep boundaries in the spiritual realm because it will not only affect me, it will affect you too. What did this masculine do to prove to the divine? Or what will he have to do to prove to the divine that he's ready? Law and order. Structure. Leadership. Hangman. Judgmental. He's going to go for judgment. He's going to get a different perspective on the breaker 19, calling on the divine. Father, can you hear me? Yeah, 6 swords. He's going to make a final and firm decision to go forward peacefully. With this offer, here he comes with the 4 of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune. That right there is going to be the change and the turning point of truth, clarity. Once he clarifies his destiny, he's coming forward. And remember, the Hangman, that's what we've been in trouble with for the last 3 days on this channel. The Hangman. When we was talking about Peter's crucifixion. No, he wasn't crucified because he killed himself. If he would have lived longer, they were going to crucify him. And in the shadow deck, that Hangman, it's in reverse. He knew that he didn't deserve to be crucified upright, so he knew he was probably going to be crucified with the cross upside down. So he killed himself. Search it. But that's a final and firm decision without support. He's got to make his decision without anybody's support but his own, with the divine himself. He's got to balance out those spiritual scales. It's nothing to do with the earthly judgment. Man-made law has nothing to do with the law of the land. The law of the land would throw you on your ass so hard. Sometimes they bring the death penalty. You understand me? You don't mess with energy, especially when you know what you're doing. That's why some of us are in trouble, because of the way they use magic. Some of you all. Some of us, we're going to send it back. And after this candle burns all the way down, I'm going to take that lighter, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it, and I'm going to make sure there's no candle wax left here. Because I've done the other part. That's what I'm going to do. Everything on this glass will hit rock bottom. Whatever's been brought upon us is going to be taken back times 10. Because we didn't do anything to deserve it other than tell the truth. Alright, let's keep going, my love. Golly! The challenge here is the Strength card in reverse. Yeah, this may be a masculine that's drained. That they tried to drain. 6 cups. A soulmate without power. It's like putting linen and wool together. They're both 100% frequency. But you put them together, they zero each other out. Toxic twin. That's exactly what they do. Say, for example, you've been saving Hershey bars for the last 10 years and you got 10 million of them. This karmic shows up, you go to work one day, they're going to eat them all. Let's turn this strength card right back up. Your strength, your courage, your power, your wisdom, your self-love, self-care, self-attainment. Let's read it in reverse and see what it says, alright? Strength card in reverse. A weakness, aggression, insecurity, indulgence. Wanting you to respond in a way that you knew you wanted to too, but you knew the divine didn't like it, right? So here we go. You need to cool your jets because things are about to get out of control. Keep an eye out for mood swings. Avoid stressful situations. You might feel like you're unable to handle most things as you normally would. This could also be a sign of jealousy or that you need to focus on regaining confidence. So somebody's just trying to strip you of everything you've worked for, spiritually, mentally, and physically. That's what the 10 of Swords carries. I mean, the 7 swords is lie, cheating, and stealing in itself. And then you add 3 swords on that, that's heartbreak. Okay, the jealousy part didn't stick with me with the Leos on this channel. So where did that come from? What's the jealousy part on Leo's side? Okay, Leo told someone not supporting the soulmate. There's your Hangman and your 6 wands. Not supporting the soulmate argument. Interest. You told somebody to fuck off. Literally. And they were automatically mad at you. What was Leo's reason to tell them to go screw themselves? You got the hair font. You got the divine above. 7 wands, my love. Spiritual protection. They can't fucking touch you. The moon. Feminine is here. 10 cups. Family secrets. There was someone in your family that knew that you were spiritually protected. They didn't tell you. You had to recognize it by yourself. They're probably the one that threw you on your ass. The one that, you know, the one that says, tough love. It is what it is. Yeah, that's life. But they're your family. You carry the same bloodline. So you just suck it up. Leos was born to be challenged. Just saying. Yeah, it's a challenge of your interest, which brought clarity and justice for the Emperor. Oh my gosh. To move forward to this contract and reconsider where he goes forward to find peace. It's a candle, it's lopsided. Let's set it on the table. If it comes over, it's alright. I don't give a shit if it does. Anyway, let me show you what this says. It's a reconsideration of boundaries through the contract to move forward victoriously, leaving everything behind and not looking back. Only taking your necessities and nothing of your wants. This Emperor is spiritually justifying. Don't ever correct on earth what needs to be corrected in heaven. Clarity on what the challenge of interest is. This is the 3D card for truth, and this is the 5D card for truth. Libra energy. For divine protection. Who tried to turn the strength card in the reverse? Who is it? So Leo can know. It's on your destiny. That's that change and that turning point in your life. Probably the biggest turning point you've ever had in your life. They're trying to block your destiny. And it's somebody that's going to push you to clarify what your destiny is. But that's this person challenging you. It's probably someone, we've said another reason, that you won't hit. They could tell you, go screw yourself. And, you know, you don't tell Leo, go screw yourself. Unless you're family. And it could be a masculine that's trying to stop you from ascending. And they could be a masculine with a masculine for another feminine. And wanting to be with you. Feminine. If it's a masculine, then how's he feel toward the feminine today? Look, honey. That's the six cups in the star. Soulmate healer. Past life healer. Hope, faith, balance, renewal of a situation of a nostalgic soulmate. And in case you don't know, the Four of Swords represents, anytime you see a painted window in tarot, that's church, cathedral, prayer, meditation, woods, creek, spending time alone with Jesus himself. Well now. Foundation. If you don't know that things are happening, if you can't feel it, it's what they're called, it's what they have renamed the new world. The energy has changed, the truth is coming out. Once you start doing it right, the divine can help you do it right. You do it wrong, the divine don't know how to connect with you. If you try to call spiritual 911, if you call spiritual 910, they're not gonna, it's not their number. Just like Jesus said, Elohim, he wants his name to be known, because without knowing his name, who are you going to pray to? You keep praying to God. Some gods come with horns. He doesn't want you to do that shit anymore. He does not want you to be able to do that anymore. He has a name. He was once a human on earth. Use it right or don't use it at all. It's in the 10 Commandments. Foundation. This 6 cups and the Hermit, there's the nostalgic there. One of you are reflecting on the soulmate connection. One of you are reflecting on how good it felt. One of you are reflecting on the nostalgic, innocence, kindness, creativity, the protection that you felt with the other. One of you are. Where's the feminine? The Hermit is the reflection, mind, body, and soul search through this soulmate. The divine feminine, she's in the 8 Pentacle, 5 Cups. She's focused. Yeah, she's unemotionally fulfilled, but she's focused. Leo rules the heart. The Star, she's focused on the enlightenment, King of Cups. She's focused on her masculine. She's sending love to her masculine. And it's what she's focusing on is these 3 cups spilt with wine. What is she focusing so hard on those cups for? Judgment. Breaker 19 calling on the Divine Father. Can you hear me? Go ahead and do it, Lord. I'm ready. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is here. 8 Swords. She kind of feels sorry for the masculine because he has committed to something that he doesn't know what was waiting for him on the other side. You know, when you're watching that scary movie, I do not watch scary movies. I don't watch anything that's made up by man. You show me a true story. That's why most spiritual people watch murder shows. Those are true. They're not made up. Anyway, back on the subject here. A successful recognition. She says once he successfully recognizes that new energy, he'll see clearly. Look at that. Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords is right here. She said once he recognizes, yeah, a successful tower. She said, go ahead and do it. Do you need gas, Lord? Yeah. And he said, no, you just go ahead. The truth will heal itself. The truth is the only thing that's going to bring peace to this situation. Temperance and the Death card. Once that peace is brought, the transition can happen. Think about yourself having to... Have you ever listened to Ertz 999? Most people can't take it. I did it one time for 3 minutes and 33 seconds because Jeremiah 3:33 is the phone number to Jesus. Not too many people can take 999 Ertz. It is supposed to make your ears bleed. It's supposed to make you have headaches. We feel fine. You test yourself, that way you know what your rank is. You test yourself to know exactly what you need to do, what you want to do. For example, I've tested myself before. You go into a store. This is going to be a collective reading right here, honey. We're going to touch all energy here. I don't even care if this video goes 2 hours. I do not care. Really, I don't. You test yourself. You go into the store and say, oh, this motherfucker looked tough. Let me go over here and pick a fight. I've done it before. I poured a beer in the back of somebody's pants before. Just to see if they'd fucking hit me. They turned around, put their hands up, and walked off. They didn't touch me. I've never done it again. I won't ever do it again. If Leo knows that they're, I'm talking for the Leos on this channel, I've seen you in the comments, a Leo knows that if you're someone they can intimidate because if you feel sorry for yourself, they're not going to connect with you. When they connect with you, they want you to show up ready to go. Hey, how you day been? Don't talk negative. Every negative thing you say, Leo's going to tell you 3 things that you need to love about yourself. In some cases, you just need Jesus. You get the Holy Trinity in one. Elohim is his name. I'm told to tell you something about something else that I stopped doing about 6 months ago. I'm going to write it down because I can't whisper it. Don't say this word no more. Let me find my pencil. Do not say this word no more. Ground zero. Instead, say hi. Don't ever let that word come out of your mouth again. You'll thank me later. And remove the welcome mat from your front porch. Moving forward, I don't know where that come from. For at least one person, I'm good. What does the Divine Feminine want us to say about that 5 Cups? What is she wanting the masculine to actually master first? What is she... His emotional thoughts. He must be manifesting through his thoughts and not know it. He's thinking about 1 cup. This is a comparison. 7 cups. 7 to 1. 71. And the number 7 is all about faith and wisdom. Honey, you got 2 souls into 1. And here comes the devil. There's the 8 cups right there. Pulled the emotions out from where it was supposed to go and went straight to the karmic. Clarifying the ultimation. He's telling himself, I should have went with the ultimatum. The 6 of Swords in reverse. Wherever he went, he did not find peace. Oh, he did not find peace. He thought he was going to go over there to get himself together. You know, that 5 Swords. 5s is a test from the emergency broadcast system itself. He felt like his mentality was being tested, but he was like, okay. But you know what? If you don't have emotions, if you don't have your emotions in control, you put your emotions in the situation. You don't want that shit. You don't want to be, I'm not saying stepchildren and things like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm not being judgmental about that. But what I'm about to say is YouTube and Judge Judy. She brings those parents in there. You see children on there that are 50 years old and found out their mama ain't even their mama. Found out their mama is their mama's sister. Think about childhood trauma. It carries with you. Masculine. Whatever happened in your childhood is going to make the adult you are meant to be. Without that, you couldn't have ascended. You couldn't have known the difference between right, wrong, common sense. So the feminine wants to tell the masculine he's manifesting and he doesn't know it through his thoughts. She says when you think about the 7 cups, just think about 1. Let me fix the table. Excuse me. She says when you think about it, when you're in emotional confusion, daydreaming, night thinking, trying to see the bigger picture, bring those 7 cups into 1. And she's also telling him to bring those 7 cups into 1. It's gonna acquire you to know where your emotions are. You gotta love yourself. She's telling him to put those 7 cups in 1 cup. She could be telling him, I love you, but you're emotionally confused. What is she saying? 7 cups? 10 cups in reverse. It's not going to be fulfilled that way. 9 cups. Unfulfilled wishes. She's telling him the emotional confusion is bringing him unfulfilled wishes. Forgotten manifestations. Well, where is the masculine? 6 cups and the hermit. Oh. Well, we have this Queen of Swords right here. Libra energy. Temperance. He found his peace with another woman. You have the Magician and the Page of Pentacles, because this is the small contract that was manifested. Successful. Emperor was successful. He will be successful in the King of Cups. This is what's going to help him emotionally ascend. Without support, let me see. Without support of the reconsideration that it's the devil. It's boundaries of the dark side that they did not see coming. Four of Wands, which is in the external energy. Comfortable with the responsibility. King of Wands. He thought he was like, yeah, I can do it. Egotistic. But assessing the investments of trusting what's been hidden in the deception through the transition of emotions to turn those, ooh, that's 8 cups to 10 cups. Being able to turn that love for everybody, for the love, to one person. Okay, so she's there to teach him a lesson. That's the way I'm reading it. Well, what kind of lesson is she there to teach him? Well, come right out, honey. We have the Hierophant. And we have the 7 Pentacles. So, in case you don't know what the 7 Pentacles is what the Divine has done. Look at this. It's what the Divine has done. He has given this 7 cups a coaster. Each cup, he's like, here you go. Let me help you not spill it. Let me help you not spill it. Let me help you not spill it. 3 of Cups to celebrate judgment. Shh. Think of someone drinking 7 cups of wine and then getting your heart broken. Or somebody try to piss you off. You're going to laugh. Otherwise, if you didn't drink the wine, they wouldn't have any teeth. Their grandmother from 10 centuries ago would have to bring them to them. I heard to say at least one Leo, somebody here is glad you smoke weed. Because if you didn't smoke weed, you'd be in prison right now. And the 6 Pentacles is when you talk about the contract. 7 Pentacles is when you actually pay the divine debt. Oh, let's see what they want us to ask or what we can ask. What can the masculine know about this Queen of Swords that they do not know? Chariot. I see you later, Rotten Tater Concord. King of Cups. As soon as you leave her and cry it out, you're going to be okay. This is a masculine thinks that if he cries, he looks like a pussy. If you don't cry, you don't look human. A quick communication of confusion. You double-edged sword. Not only do you got 8 swords, but you extended it. It's like you welded an extension. And here's this Queen of Pentacles and the 6 of Swords. This is a long-term partner that you need to leave behind for good. There's your wish fulfillment. The one that you wished for in secret. Shit. Because you got the Queen of Wands over here with the Moon. She was your spiritual secret and you didn't know it. Huh. What didn't the masculine know about the divine feminine when he got with this Queen of Swords? And this is the foundation, okay? This could have happened up to 7 years ago. To 8. 7 going on 8. What does a masculine know today about his true divine feminine that he didn't know then? Read it right or don't read it at all. 5 Cups. Strength card. Yeah, she looks sad. She mastered her emotional sadness. Yeah, she was crying inside, but she didn't let him see it. She cries at home. She cries in the shower. She cries in the car by herself. She might go to the park and walk around and cry. She laughed it off in front of him. That's why the Strength card was in reverse and the 6 of Wands. Somebody's recognizing your power. And you knew you were powerful. You knew you would have been able to intimidate them, and you didn't do it. You're cut from a different cloth, and that's what someone has found out. And that's what they didn't know. Blindsided by the Moon. Let's go. Let's see how many. Sorry, guys. We're already in 40 minutes and we got 3 placements. Let's see. We ain't gonna go too fast. We're okay. We're okay. Read it right or don't read it at all. In the recent past, you have the Ace of Swords and the Lovers. You have literally met a true twin. Literally. I don't know what it is about the way I'm reading, but today it's different. It's different. It's just like I'm reading black and white. You know what I mean? The recent past, you have the Ace of Swords and the Lovers. This is a true collective, which needs a zodiac sign. We're reading for Leo. Oh, baby. That's what was so confusing. 7 Cups, Knight of Cups. You are too good to be true kind of a friend. They're like, no way this motherfucker like this 100% of the time. Feminine. If you're a Leo that had a pillow fight with somebody in the last month, this reading is definitely for you. Just to bring back the childness of the relationship. To laugh. You brought back something. You did something that you used to do all the time when you was younger, just to bring back your inner child. And you're thinking to yourself, if they don't like my inner child, then they won't like me. So you tested it. Yeah, Queen of Wands. And the Lovers, which is what we're clarifying, and the Ace of Cups. Look at that. Ace of Swords, Ace of Swords, the Lovers, Ace of Cups, and the Lovers. Yeah, independent level. You know, if they're going to match your energy, they're on your level. They're going to be somebody that's going to walk beside you, not in front of you or behind you. Let's get an external energy. You know, we talk about the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords on here. Yeah, they're opposites. They're karmics of each other. Just literally, because they're opposites. But the Queen of Swords, she's got a masculine somewhere else. She just likes this one. External challenge. So somebody's saying you cannot be the 100% the person you say you are. Well, because they didn't come together. They didn't show up. And that right there is what lightened it all up. Hope, faith, balance, renewal, but they didn't come together. It's healing. Maybe they had to heal before they can come together. Initiated the twin. Yeah, they were committed to the 10 cups. You got 3 cups, 7 cups, that's 10 cups. They were more committed to family than they was to the spiritual realm. Well, I believe that's probably about to change. Because family ain't going to get them to... Family's not going to get that crown for them. Or any jewels. It's what they're going to do. They're going to eat them. And then go bury them. Something like that. Whew. At the top of your spread, my love. You have the Star. That hope, faith, balance, renewal of a situation come back here. It's an inspiration. 10 Pentacles. 10 time fold. Alright. Say for example, like you get a test. You're in college. This is somebody that cheats. Looking for cheat codes. Or at least looking for a direction of a cheat code. You get on there and you think you're only going to find... Somebody told you that it only shows you... Say for example, you got 100 questions. And it only shows you one answer every 10 questions. So for 100 questions, 1 every 10 would be 10 answers. And they get on there, and it's got all 100 answers on it. Look, our candle went back out. And it's got all the answers on it. So, and an unexpected. There's your strength card. Yeah, you're pretty powerful. Strength card in the Ace of Swords. Indeed. They're clarifying your strength, your courage, your power, your wisdom, your self-love, self-care, self-attainment. Because what they didn't know, that you did it without support. You did it without support. Plan and preparation of a foresight to end the cycle. They thought you couldn't walk what you talk. But they found out differently. Not only did they find out the truth about you, you know, the star is the major arcana for the Ace of Swords. They found out the spiritual truth about you. Their wish fulfillment was supported without truth because they turned the strength card in reverse and the two swords in reverse. It's coming through the crossroads, not over one-sided. I'm going to say somebody fucked around, found out. Yeah. Where's the Divine Feminine? The Star, 10 Pentacles. This is an abundified healer, too. I mean, 10 Pentacles is a legified healer. Secure healer. Legendary healer. And the Hangman is here. The Feminine done it without support. Getting a different perspective where she's been, where she don't ever want to go again. Yeah. 3 Cups in reverse. She now is not coming together. She's not celebrating. She's not coming together without support. She's not coming together with anything that's not going to support. I don't think this feminine wants any support. I think she wants to do it by herself. That way nobody can say, hey, you wouldn't have that if it wasn't for me. Yes, you would. Masculine. Where are you at with this abundified healer energy? Legified healer. Secure healer. Well, honey, you have 8 cups. 3 cups in reverse. And the 5 cups here with the feminine. Not coming together with somebody that feels sorry for themselves. There's your 2 wands. This masculine, he actually chose a different path of interest. And I don't want to have to tell you the news here, but I'm not a sugarcoating bullshitting kind of reader. We don't do that here. They got about 3 more years with this Queen of Swords. Feminine. Magician and the Fool. She's manifesting his release. Early release. Ooh, bringing your dreams into reality. Queen of Swords is what this Divine Feminine's doing. Yeah, the 4 of Cups. 4 of Cups and the Queen of Wands. This Queen of Wands stayed in the background. It's like she saw everything, but nobody saw her seeing it. The Divine did. Don't ever think you're not being watched. You're on a spiritual realm, and if you vibe high, it's like they don't want you out there with any, without any backup. Because you know you can test yourself pretty good. When you vibe so high, you feel like you're freaking floating. You dare a motherfucker walk up to you. Your angels are back there. Well, God, let's go over here. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. How y'all doing today? You know, they're speaking in people's ears, and then people's like, did I hear a voice? No, you didn't hear a voice. What is Leo's? The angels that are following you around, protecting you. Man or woman, Leo. What are they whispering in people's ears? What are they whispering in people's ears? The moon. The moon and the Queen of Wands. The world. Your world you live in now is over. The Page of Cups, this initiation of it, yeah. They're like, I'm sorry, Emperor. But at the crossroads with the Fool. This is what's blocking a masculine's release. A behind the scenes, a secret world, a hidden world is what this is saying. Causes stress, anxiety, and sleepless nights. Yeah, say, Because they misjudged you. Judgment in reverse. They called the wrong number. Jesus didn't answer. Elohim didn't answer. He did not answer. And if you say it in a spiritual prayer, you need to whisper a different word. I'm not going to do it on this reading. No. No, no. What caused them to misjudge, Leo? Because you put judgment here in 2 of Wands. You too chose a different path of passion because of their judgment against you. That's exactly what you did. You're like, fine, 2 can play at this game. But you didn't do it out of spite. You did it to boost yourself. If you were a lotus, you took yourself out in some dirty water. You know lotuses grow in murky water. And then they perk back up like they was just in air conditioned in a controlled area. No, lotus grows in the most mossiest water, snake infested water. It's your birth chart. Your birth chart is a lotus blooming. The way I read birth charts, the birth chart that goes there right now, I'm going to find it again where I can show it to you. I've said it, a couple times. But the birth chart we have now is like the inside of a lotus. We're all going to come back at least one more time. 3 more. The spiritual ones. Because right now we're inside of the lotus. See how many layers it gets? You can take that birth chart up to 26 layers. Just like a sunflower. But the sunflower, you can't put a pattern into the birth chart, which a sunflower represents Leo. Why can't you put a sunflower in the direction of a birth chart? Because the sunflower, it starts growing from within. Okay? It starts growing from within. And it doesn't grow through straight lines. A sunflower follows itself. A lotus blooms, and then in the middle of those blooms, blooms come, and in the middle of those blooms, blooms come. It's a different pattern. Perfect ratio. Multiplied by a different number. I love you guys. I'm just such a good mood. Why does this Queen of Swords have 3 more years? Or this is a person that is going to acknowledge, or they have been acknowledging for 3 years, something about this Queen of Swords, because the feminine, she's manifesting a release. There's the Fool, clarifying the Fool, and the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Swords, oh my gosh. So you have 2 women here now. Cancer and Libra. I'm going to mess my spread up. It's a release from the Fool. This feminine is saying trickery of a fool. Good trick, she said. 4 of Wands. This is the woman that he initiated marriage. And you got the 4 of Wands and the Devil here. What we was talking about earlier about the movies. You know, you watch a scary movie. You know they're getting ready to go in there and get killed. And you're trying to say, don't go in there. They can't hear you. It's a written script anyway. They couldn't hear you. There's nothing you can do for this person until they get their spiritual self intact. There's nothing you can do with this person or for this person until they learn how to light candles. They're going to learn how to manifest spiritually instead of man-made manifestations, like paying for them. No. Judgment in the 2 Wands. You're like, fine. I also have another interest. An awakening, a transition through a decision and change. Breaker, breaker, 1, 9, honey. There you go. Ace of Cups. Oh, and the Empress. I don't know what else you want me to say. It's a low vibe responsibility. They're taking responsibility of low vibe and bull crap. This King of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, Gemini, Taurus energy. They settle down with this argumentative King of Wands. He initiated that contract because he ignored her offer. Deceptive in the abundance. Okay. Feminine turn. She's got her own cup. That's why she's trying to get him to get his. She said this emotional confusion will make you love yourself. That's what she says. Where is the masculine, the divine masculine that belongs to this divine feminine through the spiritual realm? Well, there's the star. Well, he knows now that hope, faith, balance, renewal of a situation. Look at that. 2 cups. You're the only soulmate that helped him heal. You are a lover that he's going to come back to, or you are the one that gave him the ultimatum when you spoke up. A challenge of the mind. Ooh. How this feminine talked in the past. It was like she dressed like a thug but talked like an angel. He was like, what the hell? And he just smiled at her and, maybe went on the conversation. But the words and stuff that come out of her mouth didn't look like her posture. And her angel said, screw you. That's exactly what happened here. The only way for this Muslim to see the truth is for him to go to the divine self. Father above. Did not come together until the star come out. And here's the star in your internal energy. Well, where's this Queen of Swords at then? Right here. Transitional. The transition of judgment of the masculine following through. Oh, come here. On a wish fulfillment for the feminine. On hold. Okay, and that was 4 pentacles, and we have 3 pentacles there. He's paying dues. When the divine has put your person with someone else, don't think about it sex-wise, because you're not going to want to have sex with them anyway. It's not going to be a sexual contact. Spiritual people shouldn't be having sex unless you want to reproduce. That's what sex was created for. Anyway, what would be the advice through judgment and the 2 of Wands? A discovery of a future planning with a healing soulmate in love. Well, there's your high priestess sitting back and observing and not speaking that much. Intuitive level. It has to be an intuitive level. Hey, if someone tells this Queen of Swords, it might happen a little quicker. Yeah, that quick communication is going to shock the King of Swords. She's going to tell him something that's going to shock him into some enlightenment. Yeah, into his fucking throne. You ever heard of pumpkin chunking? It's like putting this masculine inside a big ass pumpkin, chunking him like 2 states up to his throne. Yeah, independent. He's been the only one that holding it back. Leo, I know, wants to know what that Queen of Swords is actually going to tell this masculine. What's she going to talk about? Whatever she says in that 8 Wands is a Libra energy. And the King of Swords over here and the King of Pentacles is over here. He's no longer going to be committed to it. She's going to piss him off. It's something that she hasn't been telling him. What's in the 8 Wands that the Queen of Swords is going to... She is coming out with the 7 Wands. She chose to battle with this Emperor. Oh, because the 5 Swords and the 6 Swords. Because he was trying to work on himself. She chose him because she saw him in a weak link. The 4 of Cups. When the offer come over here. And a Fool. She saw him broken. She saw him as someone she could intimidate. She saw him as someone she could steal from. And if she cheated on him with his friend, he'd ask her about it one time and then probably cook out with his friend and her the next night. She's going to tell him about that kind of shit. It's going to make him... He's not going to hate her. He's probably going to kiss her and thank her. Because it's going to be the release that he has been waiting for. Literally. You know, after you go through that 13-day fasting, you don't eat anything but rice and vinegar. I don't know if anybody else does that. But after that 13th day, you hungry. Let's clarify. What does the feminine like to say to this masculine? King of Swords. She said ascend, honey. Come on. She says ascend. You can do it. Make strategic decisions. Make those decisions as smart as you can. Think about it before you do it. When she's coming out with the King of Swords, she's saying, don't be a Knight of Swords. Don't be an asshole. And I'm going to say, did you know there is an I in, there is an I in team, in the word team. You know where it's at? It's in the A-hole. Yeah, indeed. This feminine is saying, get your strength back. You got the King of Swords and the Strength card. She said ascend so you can get your power. 7 Pentacles. 4 Swords. She said it's the assessment that you don't know. She said assess what you don't understand. Only look into what you don't understand is what she's telling him. Don't waste your energy on anything else. Wow. And it's what this will do. You know how like when you try to get out of one situation, go into another situation? You don't have time to get over the other situation before you go into another situation. Then you get into another cycle. So this feminine is telling this masculine what to do to get back on the divine's good side. So they can at least find themselves first before it's time for them to find her. She's like, can you fix yourself? Can you find you so you can find me? Or I can find you some way. She knows if he's not all the way fixed that she won't be able to find him. She knows it for a fact. What would this masculine like to say back to this feminine? A fool. I was a fool. A fool of the devil. Don't do that, dude. Or he wants the release from the devil. He wants a release from the devil. The devil and the Four of Wands is going to be the karmic twin. Oh, gosh. He says, I have to release myself from this dark side, Empress. I almost want to cry for him. Carrying too much. You got 10 cups, 10 wands, and justice. She is the only one that justified him on how what's going to completely renew his emotions through what he carries. Let's see what's going to clarify the 10 wands. Page of Swords. Curious. King of Wands. He's asking her, how did you do it? Curious at how she packs so much. He's like, how did you do it, Empress? He took a risk. I'm not going to make excuses for him, but I'm going to tell you what he's thinking right here. He's thinking to himself, he feels like he's never had anything to rise from spiritually big. He, you know, like when you wash your clothes, you didn't get all the dirt out, so you wash it again. He's doing it over and over and over again to make sure he don't have no more attachments. And he took a risk to the dark side so he could throw himself down so he'd have something to rise from. It's like he asked, if I have anything against me, come on, let's do it. It's what he says. The World and the Ace of Wands. That cycle will end for the new energy to come in. There you go. So this external energy, you have the Four of Wands and the Devil. This is a karmic twin. Happy life, happy home. Even the dog eats good. And they have children. This person has children. But it's a tempted, lurking, temptation lurking. 7 Pentacle, 9 Wands. So the Divine Feminine, she's actually reconsidering the investments. She's guarded from the challenge of her stress. The feminine is not allowing it to stick to her masculine. Well, there's all the confusion, a mental imprisonment. 4 of Swords. Looking for the truth. Looking for the truth. Oh, 12 Swords. Mind you, all of these over here are major arcanas and court card. You have Capricorn. The Fool is open opportunity. They say it's Aries, but it's an air sign. King of Swords is Aquarius. Strength cards, Leo. Ending. Right here. A transformation and changing till the end. The 10 Wands, King of Wands. Alright, so right now, the feminine, she's telling him, hey, assess what's in that 9 Wands. This Ace of Wands she come out with up there is right there in his hand. He's not, the masculine don't know where the confusion's coming from. Oh my gosh. You got the King of Pentacles in reverse, King of Pentacles in reverse, King of Swords, King of Swords. That's what's going to make him ascend. This masculine's going to feel stupid, but he's going to feel stupid upon himself. He's going to say, what the fuck did I do that for? So he's no longer going to be committed to something that's making him think too much. And there you go. 6 Wands and 4 Cups. That's what's going to be, that's what's going to make the offer successful. And what they're looking for, a Page of Swords. When they block communication with the Queen of Pentacles, which is the ex. That's when things are going to change. They're only going to know for themselves alone. A change and transformation. High Priestess. 10 Pentacles. It's what's going to make them more spiritually rich. Where's the Divine Feminine here? Leo. 5 Pentacle. She feels left out in the cold by this soulmate. Six Cups and the Magician, because it's a soulmate that she manifested. What does she feel toward the masculine here? She doesn't feel anything. She just wants, she's just been sending new energy. She's taking time with new energy because she knows he's struggling with what he's reconsidering. Let's like finding out information. Like we mentioned earlier, you're someone that was raised by a mother that's not your really mother. How can a mother not be your mother is what you're thinking. That's what's going to help them make a final firm decision to move forward peacefully. Don't have to worry about it or ever look back. Something's going to happen with this masculine and this Queen of Swords or the Queen of Cups up there that's going to make him not second guess his decision. The decision that he's made, nobody's going to talk him out of it. What's that decision that's going to be made? He's going to start standing up for himself. Secretly. He's going to reflect on the battle that was chosen at the crossroads that threw him down on his, you know what, 10 swords over there. The King of Pentacles. He was committed. But he should have committed to his own independence. It's an independent argument. He didn't trust himself and he knew it. He said it felt off anyway. He's mad at himself because he didn't listen to himself. But you know what? After this situation, it will not happen again. Whatever happened here, it will not happen again. No, there won't be a chance. And your potential outcome is, that's what's going to allow this transition to be peaceful. It's what's going to allow taking emotional charge of what it is. Feminine. Queen of Pentacles. 10 Cups. That's long-term marriage. Changed. The feminine knows that there was a marriage that took the masculine on the ride of his life. Well, where's she at with that? She's saying he's married to another woman. She's respecting this other woman. Yeah, it was shocking to her. That's what shocked her into her confidence. She said nope. Masculine. Death card, Temperance, a peaceful transition. Peaceful ending. Yeah, there's that Knight of Wands, 7 swords. That's sneaking around. Cheating. Sexually cheating. Well, how's this going to bring a successful transition? Because this contract is going to spark their emotions. Because it's going to stress this masculine out so much, that stress, anxiety, sleepless nights. It's because it's holding him back from being spiritually open and planning and preparing a foresight for this dark intuitive. So it's a dark high priestess. It's a dark high priestess, shockingly into his power of the lovers for a long time, following through, heartbroken, feeling depleted through passion. This masculine Leo energy quickly communicating alone in a level and in the cycle. He's going to tell himself, this is a contract that does nothing but drain him. However many years he stayed there, he doesn't have to be there right now. Probably separated after 5 years, 4 years. But anytime you're in a karmic cycle, you have to pay 7 years. It's the number of faith and wisdom. How are you going to know if you don't learn? That's the way the divine says it. What would be the advice to the divine feminine in this reading? Leo. Don't ever correct on earth what needs to be corrected in heaven. Justice. Spiritual balance. It's the major arcana for truth. Not worried about earthly truth. And there's the 6 swords. Feminine understood the assignment. Masculine. Well, there's that Queen of Swords in reverse. Say no more. And the Sun. Spiritual enlightenment through a karmic. This is this woman. If there's anybody that's going to teach this masculine to respect themselves, it's this woman. This is a pure narcissist. Everybody's got their court cards in reverse sometimes. Yeah. Right there is where this cycle with the devil is going to come to an end. Because it was a plan and prepare for a foresight on where you stand in a mind-blowing situation. Clearly emotionally walking away. Ooh, one truth is going to poke 8 cups. This says the masculine also telling them they need to be clear of where they're going when they're walking away from something emotionally. They're learning now that when they're confused emotionally, they need to just sit for a minute. What is going on right now that the masculine does not know? There you go, baby. You got the Ace of Swords and the Page of Cups. The initiation of emotion. They're clarifying where the spark of emotion come from. You got the 2 Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. They've been analyzing this struggle for quite some time. And there's the World in reverse. Cycle not over. The cycle hasn't ended and it's weighing heavy. Well, here's the Ace of Cups. They breadcrumbed the Hierophant's blessing, and that's why the plan and preparation of a foresight of Ascension was put in place. Shockingly justifying to the Queen of Pentacles and the Hangman. They're not going to support it until spiritual justice has been paid through the Queen of Pentacles. There's something that the masculine needs to tell this Queen of Pentacles. Even if they're not around them anymore, they need to know. And as soon as they come out with whatever they've been hiding from the Queen of Pentacles, it's either a mother, ex, or somebody that they committed to. No longer supporting the Queen of Pentacles will spiritually balance this tower. They have to tell them, don't call me for your electric bill. Don't come to my job. We're not going out every Friday and Saturday night no more. They literally have to tell this woman. Or man. What literally has to come out of the mouth? Page of Wands, no longer interested. Because they are emotionally confused. They was emotionally confused when they committed to follow through and walk away emotionally from the soulmate Queen of Wands. You can't make this shit up. I love you guys. Ciao.